Hello and a warm welcome to the lovely soul family of Together Divines 222. So, the Twin Flames community of Together Divines and all the new members who are hearing us for the first time. How is your Twin Flame journey going? I hope the energy post the full moon has been quite, exhaustive in a sense. In our last channeling, we told that how the energies has been, exchanged, reversed between both the divine masculines and the divine feminines in such a way that now, you see all the divine feminines who have been doing the inner work have now been started, mostly they have been, started to, feel like a divine masculine, think like a divine masculine logically, uh, and analytically, and using more of their, brain, which the divine feminines never used in their life or in this entire journey, right? And accordingly, you see the divine masculines who have lived their entire life, very coolly, without taking much of the things to their heart, only thinking logically to all the situations and the circumstances. Now, they are using their heart, right? So how it happens is that, when a divine feminine starts experiencing the life of a divine masculine, you all can see, how much pity or stressful life these divine masculines have, right? If you see, and you guys can confirm in the comment section as well, that if you guys have started seeing those patterns within yourself, your brain might be quite heavy these days, stressed with lot of work, stressed with lot of anxieties, stressed with too much of overthinking about the past or the future, or always constantly thinking of many different aspects, permutations and combinations, ifs and nots, and mostly, one of the significant way of, being living the life of a divine masculine in a feminine energy dominant body is that, you'll get to, have this lot of, karmic interactions all of a sudden in your life. That is just a sample test given to you by the divine, that although, you have been living your life as a divine feminine as a whole altogether, but all of a sudden you see that, as and when the energy gets exchanged, all of a sudden, you have these quarrels, arguments with people, you interact with karmic connections with people, all of a sudden, people come and start questioning you regarding your sanctity, regarding your existence, regarding you being a real twin flame or not, regarding you being a spiritual person or not, and many different things, things depending on your each one of your situation. Do let me know in the comment section if, such things are happening to you. That's just a little bit of sample of how the masculines live their life. You are getting to live, imagine someone living in this life their entire life. They have spent their entire life, quarreling with people, settling karmic accounts, living in this, feelings of anxieties, and, having debates and arguments here and there, no peace at all on your mind. And in the same way, if you see these divine masculines getting to experience the divine feminine, it is difficult for them as well, right? Why? Because you see this divine, feminine energy, once, they start to feel in their heart, they realize that how much of, things like unconditional love a divine feminine can have for anyone or for the divine masculine as such, they'll get to experience that within their heart, how much of depth of unconditional love it is, which they have never ever experienced in their entire life from anybody around, not from their family, not from their friends, not from their any relationships, from their best friends. Nobody as such have given them the taste of an unconditional love. I have explained this terminology many a times. If you guys do not understand, then I'll not be explaining here. But each and every true divine feminine executes or exudes lot of unconditional love energy from their heart center, right? It's immense. And divine masculine primarily cannot handle such an intense love energy, right? Even to the deep core, nobody can handle the deep intense love energy of the divine feminine if poured on anyone. I will talk about this topic separately. It's a very interesting topic. If you guys remind me, I'll prepare a separate video regarding this, right? Regarding unconditional love energy of the divine feminine and how this energy enables them to connect with the divine supreme or with the many spiritual contacts, many spiritual beings, angels and spirit guides, the gurus and the ascended masters. Because in the spiritual realm, everything that thrives is on the vibration of unconditional love energy only, right? There is no selfish motive, there is no barter or in a business transactions going on whenever a divine feminine is loving anyone. Always good intentions about the other person, nothing of that I'll be receiving this or I am having benefit of that sort of with anybody. They are always giving and giving. That's also the reason why there is an imbalance in the twin flame journey between the DF and the DM themselves, that the DFs are always giving, DMs are always receiving, but never putting in any kind of equal give and take in this relationship. They are always at the receiving end only. They are not pouring any kind of any efforts, any love, anything for the DFs or for the connection, right? That's a separate topic altogether. Anyways, what we were discussing was that post the energy exchange, when the divine masculines are getting to experience the divine feminine's deep unconditional love energy, all those pains which they have endured in their heart yet never expressed or never shared with anyone, especially the divine feminine gets brutally hurt with the actions and the behaviors, the patterns of the divine masculines, right? And many a times divine feminine have said it directly, indirectly, given a lot of guidance to their divine masculines accordingly. The same way the divine masculines have the kind of intensity for the karmics, it would be 100 times, 1,000 times, or infinite times more intense love energy a DF has for the masculine. But a divine masculine never gets to understand this or never gets to experience this unless and until such an energy exchange happens. That's the reason why the full moon of the 1111 portal was a very significant one. It was a very prominent one, and it started with the last few months itself, but the peak of the energy exchange was the full moon of 1111 portal, post which in coming days and weeks you will see the masculines will become more and more feminine and the divine feminines will become more and more masculine in nature, right? Although the inherent habits, the deep core traits of the masculine and feminine does remain, but you will not be able to stop yourself if you are in a divine feminine dominant energy. Still you will react in many circumstances as a divine masculine, right? You might act immature, you might act arrogant, you might burst out in anger, you might show ego, you might show pride, you might show arrogance on someone. You might show too much of vanity, any kind of those jealousness, ego, right? Especially the ego part is very inflated one whenever it comes to the DM's energy. And accordingly, the DF, the divine masculines, who will be experiencing the divine feminine energy, will be becoming more and more soft, more and more vulnerable, more and more into divinity, more and more into spiritualism. All their past actions, whatever they used to do, all those casual and immature things will not bring them happiness. They will like to spend more time in isolation, more time into spiritualism. Naturally the universe will push them into spirituality, divinity, and especially they'll start to feel emotions for the other people, for the this connection, right? And the spiritual depth which they never could experience in their entire life will become possible, will become easy for them, as and when the days passes by, as and when more and more of this, you go more deeper post the energy exchange uh, of the season, right? I suppose from the next month of 12/12 portal, it will again heighten to the next level of this entire trajectory, whatever is going on. Okay, so in our last video, some of the guys had commented regarding, I just saw the comment section today. I was not keeping well a few days back, so I did not respond, and today I have responded. But most of you guys might be seeing this 869968 number synchronicity pattern, so that's a good sign. That's a good thing that you have leveled up in this journey, right? Anybody wants to join a Telegram group, please DM me at my Instagram. Please don't put it here in this way, because it's a very private space and I cannot share the link here and there, right? So please DM me at my Instagram. And yeah, Pratibha saying thank you Mahadev, for because you are my mentor. Your guidance gives me the right strength. Twin Flame Soulmate Workshop through जो भी आपने guidance दिया उसके लिए बहुत बहुत thank you. Okay, welcome. Yeah, keep doing the inner work. See, the inner works are divided into different levels. So right now whatever we are doing is just the basic, the scratch. Although there will be changes within you in your connection, because we are just firing up igniting the fire. We have not even started to burn the entire rage till now. So we are just igniting the few grasses, you can talk in that sense. Because when we ignite the fire, we'll work on kundalini, we'll work on blockage of chakras, and we'll work on soul merging with the divine. On this context, I'll just let you know today only, for some reason, I thought of, I should not even say that I thought of doing this, but all of a sudden the soul merging part of the Twin Flames, that is yet to be rolled out for this inner work chapter. Today I was working upon it, and I have literally experienced the kind of soul merge, the process, the rollout, the module that I've been working up is completely bang on. So whenever we launch, the module is already downloaded onto us. It's a very, very powerful one, very, very special one. I'll challenge you guys, anywhere, you'll not get to experience soul merge, session, soul merge, healing modality. And anybody who wants to do the soul merge, session with us needs to wait for some time, has to have done, either the basic routine inner work, or, basic level of Shiv sadhana or Shakti sadhana, then only they'll be entitled to do the soul merge. Else you'll not even understand, you'll not have that depth that simplicity, that divinity, that surrenderness required for the soul merge with the divine. So today only I was doing it, and I could experience such an intense, feeling the energy completely, transformed before doing it, and after doing it, you too will be able to experience that bliss. And it will not be shared with any random person, only those person who have done Shiv sadhana or Shakti sadhana with us, and within whom we see the potential to undergo the process of soul merging with the divine, will only be allowed to participate in that. So before we roll out, just keep yourself mentally prepared, but that module is already ready within us, right? It's a very powerful one, very very blissful. Post that, you will feel completely different. I'm telling you guys, after you complete the soul merging process, you'll be completely feeling completely really different, right? But for that to receive, you'll have to firstly work on the routine inner work, kundalinis and chakras, and then only we'll see it in the future, right? And one of the comment that I could see, that Shreya has said that in past 1 or 2 years experience, one thing that future predictions done for me on a personal never came out true. कुछ और ही होता है, especially with respect to people. At times fortunately it changes, at times unfortunately. See, so it's a query that she has put up, but if we I have seen in my context as well, and in many twin flames, all these astrology predictions, all these tarot card predictions does not resonate the way it resonates with the other people. Okay, yeah, so you'll have to understand that all these astrology things does not work on twin flames, right? The true twin flames, because this astrology and everything is meant for a normal people. It's not meant for twin flames are above astrology, and someone who might be very good expert in astrology plus a twin flame can only utilize astrology to predict anything for the twin flames. But most of the things in the twin flames are based upon your decisions, based upon your inner work, based upon your progress in your journey, which you do it yourself by your own actions and by your own intense inner work. You bring in the divine timing in your life, right? So there is nothing that astrology can precisely predict for the twin flames community, the real twin flames as such. So never rely too much on astrology or tarot card predictions if you are a real twin flame, right? Because you guys are above it. Yet if we want to establish connection between two person, if they are a true twin flame or not, in that way, to read the energy in a sense, you can tell that astrology can help, right? It's only for the basic level that yes, astrology helps. But you guys can let me know in the comments how many of you guys recognize yourself as a true twin flame, and astrological predictions have been correct for you. I guess none of the astrological predictions goes in sync with the true twin flames. It always takes a different trajectory if it comes to a real twin flame, whenever. So twin flame journey is between you, your twin flame, and the divine, right? Astrology is somewhere left far behind. Apart from its use is just as the basic identification of true twin flame connection, and to check whether you are born as a twin flame or not. That's it, right? Because twin flames cannot be made in any lab. Twin flames are fallen from the heaven, right, in a way. So in that sense astrology can help, but not much. And none of you guys please don't tell in comment section, then please sir let us know how astrology can help. I cannot make a video on those because those are my personal core research, and we can never put up across any video as such, so that it becomes generalized and anyone start copying it and extrapolate it to such a level that they will mix their own tadka and masala, and then start analyzing twin flames in a different way. So, and I suppose none of those who have the knowledge of astrology and twin flames will ever dictate it in a video like that. It's of no use. Everybody has done their own research and got divine downloads as a gift to understand the twin flames in this perspective. So nobody will do that, right? If you want to know, you can take your personal session and understand about the clarity regarding this, right? Having said that, now there was a series of videos that we were creating during the Navratri season in the October. It was regarding the importance of DF's life in importance of DF in the lives of divine masculines, right? The DMs. So on that note, there was a series of videos that we have created. We compared DF to the river gushing down the mountain hill, and DM as the ocean. The river fills the ocean with the energy, with the love, with the abundance, and without the river supply, the ocean will tend to get dry, right? And how you can as a DF utilize this energy. Secondly, we compared DF with the water and the DM as the fish, right? So DM living in a dirty pond requires the fresh supply of water, the energy to thrive upon, else they will make their life completely hell, and the kind of the life they have to live in absence of a DF's energy is completely with lot of issues, health issues, mental issues, financial issues, family issues, lot of contingencies, many different things, right? Another thing we compared is that DFs bring in a lot of motherly care, motherly nature in the lives of DMs, the kind of care, the kind of love, the kind of attention, the kind of pampering, that a DF does for their DM. Somewhere from the DM perspective, they feel, because DMs are very much attached to their mothers, they feel that, a DF, irrespective of what the gender is, male or a female, the DF is taking care of them exactly like their mother would have done, or sometimes even more than their real mother would have done to them, right? They feel the energy as such, right? So a life of the DMs, the stressful life wherein they are craving for the pure love energy, the pure care, the pure nurturing nature of the DFs, it acts as an ointment, it acts as a medicine on their wounds, right? So those were the importance of the DFs in the life of divine masculines, just for a small recap. Now, moving on further, today, we'll explain a different perspective of the DFs in the life of DM, and that is also a importance of how a DF is to the DMs. Now see, these DMs, they act like a toddlers, they act as kids, brats, who do not, very stubborn, very egoistic, anger issues, just like a small child, with lot of anger, ego issues, and very much stubborn, बहुत जिद्दी स्वभाव, right? And with all those things, what they do is that they try to live their life on their own terms. They go out, challenge things, do they challenge on the sneaky level, not they aren't bold enough as the DFs are, that they'll challenge the family, they challenge the society, or they challenge the entire, if they're working in any office or any institution, they'll challenge the institution, go against the big bosses. Those are the things that the DFs can do, not the DMs. They challenge in a way that they are much into sneaky stuffs, things which their family or the society would not appreciate them to do. Sneakily, they challenge those things and they try to do it just as a stubborn child. Like, if just as an example, if we say, the family says that you shouldn't be something like staying up late night, go to bed on time, just an example I'm giving. You shouldn't be smoking much, something like that. Then they'll sneakily do those stuffs, thinking that it's a kind of a fun, they are doing it right by breaking those things. But on the upfront, face to face level, they are really timid chickens, they can't do that. So these DMs are more sort of acting like those children who are very much stubborn, and they go outside in search of happiness, in search of gold. They go outside, they try to mingle around with many people, karmics, many third parties, and they settle many karmas and create many karmas as well, right? Knowingly, unknowingly, their entire life is puzzled in between these things, settling past karmas and creating new karmas again. So the divine masculines who are aware of this journey, and those who are conscious of something spiritual stuffs, should not be creating more of new karmas, like hurting people, backstabbing people, playing with people's emotion in the name of love, giving them false hopes, attention, and again pulling back, any kind of thing. uh, so these DMs are creating a lot of karmas in their life, and they are settling a lot of past karmas as well. So their entire bag is as such that so when they go in search of that happiness, away from their home, away from their family value systems, sneakingly trying out different things just for fun, and they're fulfilling their fantasy, you know because the DM's mind is as such, they are filled with fantasies, lot of inexplicable things that goes on the mind of a divine masculine, completely like a haywire of many different things. So when they go outside in search of that happiness, in search of that gold, they interact with many people, for a time they want to have a peace and solace in their life. You can imagine someone getting up early in the morning, packing their bags, wearing uniform, stepping outside of the home, carrying their laptop bag or their office bag, going on the metro, bus, public transport, what their private vehicle, whatsoever they have, and just crossing those streets, those lanes, all those hustle bustle, all all together in a day, quarreling at the office, taking up assignments, many different things they're doing, and down the line, at the end, getting all those arguments with their bosses, all those things, all those things for their money, for their livelihood. And at the end, what do they crave for? What would you as a person would crave at the end of the day? You just want to go back to home, you just want to sleep on your bed, you just want to have a peaceful sleep, a sound sleep, so that the entire exhaustion during the day, the entire troubles that you have seen during the day, all those exhaustion just goes off. And although if you are given a chance to have a stay in an accommodation in a resort or in a very good 5-star hotel or something like that, down the line, you would enjoy those spaces for a day or so. Down the line, you do want to again come back to your home, you want to come back to your room, you want to have those same food which is prepared at your home, right? No wonder if anyone serves you the best of the best food, whatever you like, any kind of fast foods, pizzas, or any those sort of things, burgers, pastas, anything, down the line, what fills your tummy, what makes you happy is the homemade food, the chapatis, the bread, the rice, whatsoever you have as per your culture. Those food suffices your hunger, not those outward restaurant stuffs, right? So you crave for the homely food. So accordingly, all these relevances that we are trying to discuss is that a DF feels exactly the same to the DM like a homecoming, uh, coming back to your own room, coming back to your own space, coming back to yourself. you know no wonder how much you go outside for work, for traveling, for fun, for everything whatsoever. Down the line, you do crave to come back to your home. You do crave to sleep on your own bed, because that's your space. That's where your energy lies. That's where you are comfortable. That's the space that you have created for yourself. That's where your even if in a room, even if the same home, you go to three different rooms, one might be of your brother, one might be of yours, one might be of your parents, one might be a puja room, meditation room, something like that. You find 3 4 different kind of energies, depending upon person, right? So home, and especially your own room, if you talk about, gives you the feeling of fulfillment, gives you the feeling of embracing into yourself, diving into your own space. So DFs give this feeling of homecoming to the divine masculines. It is naturally built, that DFs give that kind of comfort, that kind of safety, that kind of feeling to the divine masculines, right? They feel very much homely, very much calm, very much peaceful. Every time you interact, you happen to whenever the twin flames interact with each other, you can feel that while you interact with your twin flame, it never feels that you are interacting with someone else. In between, if you consider how this interaction goes, your entire heart chakra opens up. If you have activated it, or even if you have not activated it, you will realize, because those who have activated their heart chakra realize that yes, their heart chakra was open while they were interacting with their twin flame, right? The entire love flows from your heart chakra, as if even in your meditation, you cannot open your heart chakra to that level. The divine feminines I'm referring to, the way when you interact with your true twin flame, your heart chakra opens up. The entire barricade of emotions flows like a dam, a water bridge dam, like it had been stopped or halted for many lifetimes, and all of a sudden it just bursts out, it just opens up, right? So that kind of love energy is shared between a DF and a DM. So whenever they both interact, you will see that, if you see from a distance, you are not interacting with anyone else. You feel so much homely, you feel so much familiar to each other, as if you feel that those discussions need to go hours and hours. There's no limitations of times and space between both of you, and you can talk on anything and still not feel exhausted in terms of exchanging views, talks, ideas, or thought process. And down the line, the more you talk, you realize that their thoughts are yours, your thoughts are theirs, right? And the vibes are exactly the same. Why? Because you both are the same person in two different bodies, right? Even the facial structure of the twin flames matches very much, very much it matches, among the real twin flames. Or more and more the days of reunion comes nearby, whatever be the facial structure of the twin flames starts replicating each other, to the point that both of them starts looking somewhere like similar to each other. like brothers and sisters, right? So in a way, if you see, the DFs provide the solace, the comfort, the homecoming feeling to the divine masculines, right? If you see all the new members who ever join our Instagram channel, the first DM, these days many people have started joining, so I could not introduce the channel to them in a way, so that's a different story. But many a times, many of you might have heard those welcoming statement from us, that welcome back home, welcome back home, you know this is your home, this channel is your home, right? We are giving that kind of welcoming note to all the newcomers in Instagram as well. So that is the kind of a feeling of a home coming back between the twin flames, right? Even the DF feels the same feeling for the DMs, and the DMs feel the same for the DFs, in their energy, in their space. But the DFs, being the epitome of unconditional love, which they naturally exude through their heart center, through their heart space, and because they have lived their life sharing unconditional love with the divine, with other people, with the nature, with the animals, the birds, with everyone, in the spiritual field, helping others, guiding others, so they are in a better position to give the home kind of a space, the home kind of feeling to the divine masculines. So that is the importance of a divine feminine in the lives of divine masculine, right? So now you imagine a divine masculine running away from a divine feminine, or if not running away, disrespecting them, belittling them, doing those things that annoys the DF, not understanding their value, bringing in lot of drama, tantrums, cheating energy, right? Seeking attention and validation from any street people, or prioritizing the karmics, third party, over and above the importance of DF in their life. It is something like they are trying to shut the door of their own home, of their own bedroom, and stepping outside of the home, challenging that I am leaving this home, I am going outside, I'll earn lots of money, I'll go and fight with other people, I'll go and fight with the karmics, I will chase after the 3D dreams, the money, house, whatsoever things, and never return back to this home. I'll prove you wrong. So that is the end result of the DMs who discard their DFs. First possibility is that all the dreams, aspirations, everything gets shattered, starting from the finances, their health, their beauty, their peace of mind, their luck factor, everything gets shattered. First category. Second category are those wherein on the surface level, on the primary level, those things do not get hampered much. Still they'll be achieving their dream, something like that, but all the happiness that could have possibly come out by having those things, by having those possessions, as if if I buy a new car, if I buy a new dress, I got to be happy by after purchasing a new dress, right? But second possibility or category of the DMs is such that even if they happen to achieve the kind of a success on their 3D front, the happiness that should have been brought by those success, it never comes in. The DMs can, that's why I'm suggesting you through this video, if your DM wants to leave you and wants to prioritize someone or something, someone might be their family, someone might be any of their love interests, someone might be any random people from whom they seek attention, or something like their job, their career, their business, or any other thing which they think out of their foolishness that it is above the DF in their life. Those things have more value. The society has more value over the DFs, the family, the job, the 3D realities, their dreams, their career has more, value over and above the DF, which the DF never thinks like that. For DF, DMs are always the first priority. That's it. If you're a real DF, DM is the first priority, right? That's how you do. And once you come in the DM energy, you will start to realize that you have always been the giver end. You never received anything in this connection, so you should stop doing that. So you start acting masculine, and that's where the pain starts for the DMs. When the DF starts behaving like they themselves, right? So that's the point. So if you're divine masculine, shows in such a way that they don't value you, and if you know that you are their real divine feminine, then I'll just advise you, just let them go. Whatever nonsense they want to do, whatever things they think that they can prioritize over and above DF, all these immature behaviors, just say them. If you find happiness in those things, go and find. But remember, as you have watched this video, their ultimate happiness they won't find anywhere else, apart from their own house, own room, own bedroom, wherein the energy, the comfort, the solace, the tranquility, the peace, it's only within the arms of divine feminine, right? Only that is the place where they will feel, their soul will feel very peaceful, very secure, very safe. So if they do not understand your value and they try to run away from you, and prioritize something else, then just let them go. Whatever they want to do it. Fine enough. But be sure that if you are up for so much of nonsense, not realizing this connection, because deep within even they should realize this. It cannot happen that even a normal human being will understand the kind of love the DF shows. Then how can a DM who is so much analytical, who is so much logical, will not ever understand your emotions? It means that they do understand, but still they are playing with your emotions. Still they are trying to fool you around. Then let them do whatsoever, but please tell them that if you do not value this connection, if you do not value the DF, then even the DFs will not open their house, will not open their home as a welcome back for the DMs who are leaving away the home, discarding the home country, discarding their hometown, discarding their home kind of a space energy, which is the DFs, and trying to find the similar happiness in third parties, among the karmics or any kind of other 3D realities like job, money, career, or whatsoever thing. Just challenge them. You go and try to find the happiness, provided the condition that you should be a divine feminine, a true divine feminine. Secondly, you should be their true divine feminine, not a false one, right? Then you can challenge and see what happens. You are the Shakti. Time and again we have told you again and again. So Shiva needs Shakti. Shakti does not need Shiva, if you see on a larger perspective, right? Shakti can live without Shiva also. Although the entire twin flame journey goes in such a way that the divine feminines are always chasing the divine masculines. The divine feminines are always crying emotionally. They cannot bear the separation with the DMs. They cannot imagine their life without DMs. Why? Because it's not out of a weakness. It is because you are unawakened. You do not realize your own potential. So the reality is that the DMs cannot live without your energy. The reality is that the DMs need the home coming back, because they are the ones fighting with the karmics. They are the ones who has left the home in search of gold, in search of money, in search of happiness. They are the ones who should be knocking at the door and asking you to let them in and have the moment of peace, the moment of comfort, which they will never find anywhere else apart from their true divine feminines. But what in reality is happening is that the DFs are always, thinking that, if the DM rejects you or something like that, what will happen. It's not like that. you know it's your energy which flows onto the DM, then they starts to vibrate, they starts to flow, they starts to move, else their entire life is stuck. So it is up to the DMs to realize your value, to respect you, to realize this connection and surrender to the divine in a positive way. Leave aside their bad habits, leave aside their cheating habits, leave aside their casual habits, right? And maintain a decorum the same way as every house has a decorum, right? Every twin flame connection will have a certain energy exchange, a certain decorum wherein the DFs know how this connection needs to go, right? The DFs are the home, right? They will always set the rules in such a way so that it flourishes this connection in future, in present, right? And it safeguards from all the nonsense that can happen in the out of any third party situations or any kind of uh, any third person in this connection, right? So if your DMs do not realize your importance or value and they wants to just challenge this connection and think that they'll find the happiness elsewhere, or they will be able to replace you with someone or something else, then let them do. You merge with the divine, you find your twin flame in the divine itself. That is the reason why we you know we'll roll out the soul merging process with the divine. You be one with the divine and you take, see, in a twin flame also you see all the divine feminines consider the divine masculines as the divine, right? As their you know what you call the entire divine. So altogether, if you merge yourself with the divine himself and consider him as your DM, then that's it. you know so they don't want to appreciate the home, they don't want to appreciate the safety, the comfort, the love that you have for them, the care that you have for them, the concern that you always have for the DM, that they must be feeling safe, they must be feeling protected, and you are worried about many different things of them, but they aren't worried about this connection and they want to run away from the home, then let them go, right? So that is the message that we wanted to share with this video. In upcoming videos we'll throw upon light on many different aspects which was the regular videos was not coming in between. We had Navaratri, Shakti Sadhana and many different things. So that's it, right? And anyone who wants to join the inner work workshop, fortnightly we are conducting. So this month around 30th November we'll conduct another workshop for the twin flame union or soulmate manifestation. It is a very much important thing. If you are wasting your time in a twin flame journey without doing inner work, you're just wasting your time. Your divine timing can come in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Without inner work it will not come in entire lifetime as well, right? And after the divine timing comes, it is up to you to decide what you want to do eventually. Do you want this connection or not? But firstly you have to bring in the divine timing in your life. You have to put in the efforts and show to the divine that you had given me tests, you had given me assignments, you had given me many different work to do. Now please provide me with the marks, please provide me with the certificate that yes, I have done my best. So once the divine sees, the universe sees that all the efforts that was required in this connection, you have done all the prayers that you have done, then only you will be able to pass. Then you can surrender this journey then you can accept the twin flame connection or not. It's all up to you, the divine feminines, right? And I really appreciate the courage of the divine feminines who are willing to fight even the demons, who are even willing to fight the dark forces just to protect this connection, just to safeguard your divine masculines. But it's a real tragedy that the divine masculines never understand your efforts. They never understand your value. You are willing to give your life just to protect the divine masculine by challenging the demons. I know many divine feminines are doing their inner work, that by doing their prayers, just so that the black magic that has happened on their divine masculine gets removed. This they get to live a normal life free from those demonic entities, attacks and everything, right? But just look at your divine masculine. Do they appreciate your efforts? Do they even realize that you are giving your life, your energy, daily routine, daily discipline? You are taking out time for the prayers. You are doing everything for them, right? So that's the reason why, if they do not understand your importance, then time will teach them, universe will teach them. You just surrender to the divine and you be one with the divine. Okay, so do take good care of yourself. God bless you all, love you all, and do give your valuable feedbacks and comments in the comment section. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye and take care. Yeah, God bless.